You're watching Mississippi's best newscast. 3 on your side. This is Midday Mississippi.
Come fall, Mississippi will require students to take the ACT in high school in order to graduate. With more on that, we're joined by A-List Education CEO Scott Farber. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What is A-List Education?
So A-List Education is a company that's really focused on helping students and teachers kind of work towards better outcomes after high school. When I started the company in 2006, we had about 5 students. Since then, we now serve about 25,000 students in 20 states. And the goal is really to bring education into the classroom as opposed to making test prep something kids do outside of school. For me, I was really lucky. I got a full scholarship basically to college, and I kind of feel that it should be level playing field so that everybody has the opportunity to get that kind of preparation.
So is it a long-term prep or is it a short-term prep? I know the ones that are offered, a lot of the ones that are offered are the week before ACT testing.
Yeah, and to us that's really kind of a disservice to the students because it basically makes them feel like you can cram all this information into your head in 1 week, which isn't a fair way to look at it. The truth is these tests are, can you read, do you speak English, can you reason with math, and you can't teach that overnight. So what we do is we work with schools to create programs in 11th grade to prepare for the test, but we also work with 9th grade teachers and 10th grade teachers to be able to integrate it into the curriculum. Down here I got to work with a handful of schools in the Jackson area. Madison Ridgeland Academy invited us in, and a couple of other schools joined us, PCS, Pillow Academy. And the way that they're looking at it is how do we bring it in the school day to really enhance the education so it doesn't seem like outside prep.
Where are you based out of?
We're based in New York, and we work across the South now, and we've actually expanded internationally. We have an office in London, help kids come to school on scholarship from London, and opened in Turkey and Dubai, and everybody wants to learn. The real key is to make sure that we're giving them quality education. Both my parents were teachers, and I really believe that the best way to do that is working well with teachers.
Well, when you take the ACT, that is our gateway into college, or at least pretty much in the South it is the gateway into college.
Really across the country, the ACT is now the more popular test, more popular than the SAT.
But it's not just that overall score, it's the subcategories.
One of the things that kids kind of forget is that if they do well overall, they look at that one number. But colleges need to know that when you arrive, you're good at a bunch of things. If you show up and you get a 36 perfect score in the math, but a 2 in the English, that means you're speaking in equations. That's not going to work on a college campus. So really what we want to do is we want to take a look at Mississippi, which right now is 49th out of 50th in terms of average ACT scores nationwide. It's about 18.9. The nationwide average is 21. So what we need to do is be able to lift all boats. So we can't just focus on one thing. We have to bring in education and maximize all of those. And that way really the public schools can do a good job helping students move on to the next phase.
Getting good scores on ACT, has that become really more of a strategy than anything?
Since the test is really based on content, it's not just about strategy. Certainly we want to help students learn to manage their time well, make good decisions under pressure, and that's good training for life. When you think about it, as students go out into the real world, they're going to face pressurized situations. We want to make sure that they're equipped for that good decision making, but also they need to have the underlying skills too.
Okay, where can we find out more information about test prep?
You can find us online at A-List Education. It's A-L-I-S-T education.com, and you can certainly send us an email. You can give us a call. We're happy to work with all sorts of schools and all sorts of parents and kids. If you've got questions, come find us.
All right, Scott, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and hopefully we'll get those scores up there. I'm glad we're not 50th though.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you, Scott.